I want to tell you about the best acting lesson I have ever learned. It was in a scene study class in college. It took me an embarrassingly long time to get it, but if you stick with me until the end of this video, I will tell you about the night I actually applied it. And what happened was so unexpected that night that my director did not know what she was watching. And I want to share that story so that you can take it into your next scene work and see how it works for you. So I'm in college, scene study class, and my professor gives us a rule for her class that I was not really expecting, but it didn't seem like such a big deal. The rule is every single time you do a scene, it has to be different. Now, a little different, completely, utterly different energy, different styles, different choices. And like we do these scenes a lot. And I remember thinking on day one, okay, this could be fun. It's a fun little challenge, right? I'm a creative person. I can come up with a bunch of different ways to do something. And I did. Every single time I went to do that scene, I showed up with something fresh. A new way to start the scene, a new physical choice, a new emotional choice. Honestly, I was proud of myself. I thought I was nailing it. I was not nailing it. And that moment I'm going to tell you about at the end of this video where it all clicks and comes together, it comes back to this moment. So pay attention. I would walk into that room with my idea, my beautifully crafted choice. I maybe thought about it on the way to class or in the shower or in the hall before I'd enter for the scene. And I would execute it fully with total commitment. And my scene partner would give me something real right in front of me, totally different from what I'm doing. And I would just not take it. I would nod and smile internally and be like, that was great that you did that. Okay, I'm going to keep going with what I want to do. Because I had a plan and I was not going to abandon that plan. My professor would stop us and she would say, and I could still hear her saying this in my head. She would say, are you listening to each other or are you both just doing two different shows in the same room? And I would say, yes, of course, I'm listening. And then we'd go again and do the scene again. And I would do the exact same thing. I'd come in, new idea. My scene partner would give me something. I'd go, that's so nice. I'd file it away in the back of my head and I'd keep executing what I want to do. And yes, my professor stopped us again. And I genuinely did not understand what she wanted from me because I thought listening meant hearing the words my scene partner saying. Yes, I heard the words she said. And what my director said to me, that I'll share with you at the end of this video, only makes sense if you hear this part. This is the moment where I actually had to admit to myself what was going on. I was not listening because I just wanted to do my own idea. Like, that's it. That's the whole problem. I had worked on that idea. I had invested into that idea. It was mine. It was my beautiful little baby that I didn't want to give up. And when my scene partner came in and she said, hey, I have an idea too. Why don't we do something like this? I'd go, no, I'm not doing that. How dare you ask me to abandon my little baby that I cared for so much? I'm not going to abandon it. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then my professor said something to me that I've never forgotten. She said, coming in with an idea is not the problem. Loving that idea so much to the point where you want to ignore what's actually happening in front of you, that's the problem. And I had to sit with that because she was right. I was just not in the scene. I was managing the scene from the outside how I wish it to go. Me and my scene partner were doing two different shows just right next to each other in the same room. We weren't working together. And an audience can feel that. The camera can definitely feel that too. That's when it looks like two people acting rather than two people living. And we're almost at that cathartic moment at the end of this video that I want to share with you, but I want you to understand this first. Because this is where the thing that happened to me on that stage actually can be useful to you here. So this is where things start to change. It does not happen overnight. This is the thing I want to be honest with you about. It takes a while. But gradually, over many, many, many repetitions of this scene, something starts to shift. I start to catch myself in the moments of, oh, I'm holding on to what I want to do. And I take a breath and I let it go. And then my partner might give me something and I just feel that instinct of, ooh, you should just ignore that and keep doing what you want to do. And I go, wait a minute. No, let me abandon what I want to do and go with my scene partner. I abandon my idea mid-scene completely and I follow them. And the first time I do it, genuinely do it, not as a technique or something, but genuine surrender, something changes in my performance that I'm fully not prepared for. The scene becomes alive in a way I've never experienced it before. Because now we're both in the same room. We're both responding to the same reality in front of us. Now there is actual give and take happening between two human beings instead of two actors in the same room doing their separate performances. So let me tell you what I learned and what I think listening actually is. Because I do not think it is what most people think it is. Most actors think listening is listening to your scene partner's lines and knowing when you're supposed to come in next. That's not listening, that is cue tracking. Real listening, the thing my professor was pushing me to do, is something I would refer to more as willingness to be changed. It means walking into a scene completely prepared, character analyzed, in your body, ready to go. You have a plan, and then when that scene starts, you abandon it. You are just completely, genuinely, openly willing to do what the other person is giving you. You're able to be altered by another human being. It is the balance between two things that feel like they should be opposites, but they're really not. Preparation and surrender. Intention and openness. Showing up with something and being willing to throw it away. Because what it boils down to is this: your scene partner is not an obstacle to your performance. They are the reason for your performance. Everything your character does is in response to what is happening in front of them. And if you are not taking what is happening in front of you and you are just running off of your own plan of how you want things to go, then your character is not responding to a person. They are responding to a plan. And plans are not human. People are human. And the audience came to watch people. And this is exactly the stuff I work one-on-one with actors to do, because knowing this intellectually is one thing, but actually feeling it in your body and being able to execute it, completely a different thing. So if you want help getting there, go ahead and click the link in the description below and set up a call with me. But before we do that, let me tell you what happened when I finally applied all of this to myself and my performance. Okay, so this is the moment I promised you at the start. I'm doing a production of People, Places, and Things. If you have not seen it, it's a very intense show about addiction and recovery. It's heavy material and it demands a lot of range. And there is this scene that I have been struggling with for weeks now. I have to be completely, utterly a blob of sobbing tears, right? And I can't get there. I've tried everything. I've done my emotional prep, I found my memories, I've done my breath work, I've done everything I know I'm supposed to do. And every night the scene lands, I get a good performance, but it doesn't break open like it's supposed to. So one night before I go on, I make a decision. I am just going to follow my scene partner. I'm going to do nothing. No prep, no working myself up, no plan. I'm just going to be willing to walk into that scene and listen. Genuinely listen. And listening the way my professor taught me, being willing to be changed by my scene partner. I'm completely open. I got no agenda. And we start the scene and I'm just there. I'm just taking in whatever they give me without filtering it through my plan. And something starts building between us in our repertoire that I have never really felt before. The intensity between our characters genuinely starts climbing in a way that feels out of control and chaotic. And neither of us is managing it. We are just responding to each other. And then something completely unexpected happens. I start cackling. Not because it's funny. It's not like a joke laugh. It's a genuine cackle. It's like this uncontrollable, deep laugh that comes from in my chest. Because the intensity between us just got so heightened that something in me moved and changed and released. I had never done this in the scene. I did not plan this. This is just what came out. And then immediately that cackling turns into sobbing. Full, complete, utter sobbing. The floodgates just opened on up. And it was because the cackling cracked me wide open. All that tension, all that pressure that just kept building up between me and my scene partner just opened up. And that sobbing was the most real, most genuine thing I've ever done on stage. After that show, my director comes up to me and goes, "What happened to you tonight?" And I said, "I listened." Because listening is not a trick. It's not a technique. It is something that is about genuine human connection between two people in the present moment. On stage, on camera, and honestly, in life too. It's the decision to genuinely care more about the moment that is happening in front of you rather than the plan you walked in with. When you finally do it, like really do it, something happens that no amount of preparation can actually give you. Something human, something really alive. Something the audience recognizes because it looks like real life. Because it is. Come in with your ideas, prepare your lines, know them cold, and then walk into that scene willing to throw it all away. That is listening. and that will change everything. So once again, if you're an actor listening to this and you are looking to develop your skills, but maybe don't even know where to start, go ahead and click the link in the description down below to set up a call with me. I'd love to talk to you about mentoring. And if you're a lovely human being who just relates to this, please click like, subscribe, and hit that bell because it really does help my channel connect with other amazing people like yourself. And if you enjoyed this, go ahead and check out this video next because it's more actor content for you. All right. It was nice seeing you this time. I'll see you next time. Mwah.